in front, loose puck. Who scores? Trying to go the other way. Davis in front for Jessica Campbell, who scores.
All right, hockey fans across Canada, the USA, China, and around the globe, welcome to Angus Glen Community Center as we get you set for some CWHL playoff action. I'm Nico Cardarelli, and you're watching CWHL Live, brought to you by Hilberg and Burke. Hilberg and Burke, empowering women one sparkle at a time. I'm joined up here in the booth by Ben Smith. And Ben, we're so happy to have folks joining us for today's game between the Calgary Inferno and the Kunlun Red Star. And as the teams get lined up for the anthems, let's take a quick look at the numbers brought to you by MNP. Game 1 played last night right here at the Angus Glen Community Center.
Game 1 was played last night at the Angus Glen Community Center. Calgary winning 3-0, as we'll look like we'll send things over to O Canada.
It's the CWHL Live and playoff action coming up here at the Angus Glen Community Center. Game 2 between the Calgary Inferno and Kunlun Red Star about to get underway. Well, Ben, let's take a look at the starting goaltenders here for this one. It's the two goaltenders who battled last night getting the nod again here this afternoon.
Absolutely, and Delaney Bryan, who's back from injuries, played 11 games for the regular season, 7 wins, 4 losses. She's got a .260 goals against average and an .884 save percentage, and was nominated as the final ADT goaltender of the week for the week ending March 5th to 11th. On the other side, she's coming up against Nora Radu, and she's also been phenomenal for the Kunlun Red Stars. She's got a .160 goals against average, a .944 save percentage of Finland, and she's been huge for the Kunlun Red Stars this year as well. Like we said yesterday, a 3-0 win for the Calgary Inferno, thanks in part to Dakota Woodworth, Louise Warren, and Brittany Fouracres as we are underway, Nico.
And off the opening face-off, Calgary have possession. They give it away, and it'll be Stephanie Anderson bringing it into the zone for Kunlun. She's tied up along the near boards. They get the puck down into the far corner to our left, and it's dug out by Calgary, but they just get it past Jess Wong and out to center ice. Dump backed in, and teams battling for possession as Jackie Pieri scoops it up here for Calgary. She plays it cross ice. Kelly Stack has that hop over her stick. And then the pass intended for Anderson out of her reach, but a lively bounce there off the boards. It rolls right in on Bryan, and she'll hold that one for the face-off.
I think a lot of people came into yesterday's game thinking it was actually going to be the Kunlun Red Stars who take it. I mean, they finished much higher in the standings, but Calgary, I mean, as we see in not just this league, but many other leagues, as a shout-out last night to last night's Virginia game, the playoffs are a whole different season, and Calgary really came out dominant last night. We'll get into that in a minute.
Sophie Shirley feeds it across the front of goal for Dakota Woodworth, who had a big game yesterday for Calgary, a goal and an assist in their 3-0 victory. Cudmore's shot from the point goes wide to the far post, where scooping it up for Kunlun will be Maddie Wu. Wu, under pressure, makes the pass to the near side for Alex Carpenter. Good to see her out here with the Red Star as Wu brings it into the zone. Drops it off for Darkangelo. That's picked off, and here comes Caddy Apperson back the other way for Calgary. Apperson drops it for Gavrilova. She puts that one right on, and Ratu uses the paddle to steer that one into the corner. As getting there first for Kunlun was Wong. They played around the far side boards. Held in as Apperson battles for the puck possession just inside the blue line. Apperson passes it back. That shot with traffic in front never made it to the net, and now Cheyenne Darkangelo controls it for Kunlun. Flipped out to center ice, but Fouracres comes up with it, and she'll bring it right back into the zone with 18:15 remaining here in the first period. Far side where Melanie Zhu gets to it. She'll chip it forward, intended for Launis, and now it's knocked down with a glove pass. We'll have a stoppage with 18:06 remaining here in the first period of play.
Good call, hand pass there on Sophie Shirley, but good call nonetheless. Get this, 7 penalties yesterday for the Kunlun Red Stars, including a check from behind penalty going to their lead scorer, that's Kelly Stack, and she was the first, finished first in league scoring this season, 26 goals, 23 assists. She's been on fire for the Red Star. And you'll know that they're happy to have her back in the lineup. Yesterday, they went about half of the game yesterday without her, and you can see that that cost them a fair bit.
It certainly impacted them without her services for the second half of that game, as Kelly Stack is your 2018 Angela James Bowl winner, as she put up a career-high 49 points in 28 games. And Kunlun will need her to supply some offense here as they trail this series 1-0. It's a best-of-3 series. Should we have a tied series at the end of tonight, these two teams will battle once again here tomorrow at 5:30 p.m., but that's still a long way off as Baumgart has to retrieve that for Calgary. Anderson scoops it up, and Kunlun corral it, led by Big Lou. That's Wen Lu there for Kunlun, and she'll be a player to keep an eye on all game long here, number 93. As over behind the net, Calgary breakout, led by Taryn Baumgart. She plays it off the glass, kept in at the line there by Bai Wei Yu. Pieri comes up with it for Calgary. Plays it near side as Woodworth brings it into the zone. Woodworth centers in front, and that goes wide of the near post as Shirley got a stick on that chance. Back to the point, it hops over Cudmore's stick, and now we've got a foot race where Carpenter just lost that one to Gosling, and good thing for the Calgary fans that Caitlin Gosling got to that puck. And hey, if you're tuned into today's game, you can get in touch with us. Let us know who you're cheering on and where you're watching from. You can tweet us at the CWHL, and of course you can connect with Ben and I directly. My name's Nico Cardarelli. You can tweet me at Bro Behind the Mic. And Ben?
I'm on Twitter at BenSmith1027.
So give us a shout. Let us know where you're tuned in from, and we'll get to a few shout-outs throughout the broadcast. As Kunlun hammer that one right back in. It'll be Gosling on it first for Calgary. She fends on the initial pass with Darkangelo supplying the forecheck. And now they get it out to Apperson. Offside there's Darkangelo is still in the zone with 16:07 left to play.
And that will go all the way. The referees deemed it to be an intentional offside. Looking on the ice today, you'll see a lot of folks who have been nominated for awards at the CWHL Gala. Callie Stack, of course, as we mentioned, the Angela James Bowl for regular season scoring. Kelly Stack has also been nominated for the CWHL MVP, and also Nora Radu of the Kunlun Red Stars for goaltender of the year as well. Caitlin Gosling, who you mentioned a couple minutes ago, has been nominated for defenseman of the year, and that's just a couple of folks out here. Sophie Shirley for rookie Rookie of the Year. So a lot of top-level talent on the ice this afternoon, Nico.
And we'll talk a little bit more about the upcoming Clarkson Cup weekend and the CWHL Awards Gala a little bit later in the show. But if you want more information right now, head over to the CWHL.com and you'll find all the links there on the website. As through center ice, Melanie Zhu picks it up for Kunlun. It's poked away from her and dumped in there by Gardner. Kayla Gardner will peel off for a change as Ratu comes out to play it. Jenner, the lone Calgary forward in the zone, loses the puck there to Lannis. And they get it across center ice for Anderson, who brings it into the zone. That's the shot fly, and well defended there by Baumgart. Centered out front, nothing doing there. Jenner has to turn back, and she'll reverse the breakout to the far side. Baumgart passes that one up to Curio. They can't get it deep in, and just as quickly, Kunlun hammer it down the ice, where Kelly Stack gives chase against Pieri. Jackie Pieri wins that battle, chips it ahead. And now Dakota Woodworth in there, 1-on-2. Woodworth all alone lets the shot fly. It goes wide of the near post. Under pressure, Louise Warren has her pocket picked. Of course, Warren, a decorated police officer off the ice, so you know she's one tough cookie on the ice. As Calgary retrieve it from inside their own zone. Gosling passes it right in front of her own net to Cudmore in the far corner. She'll leave it there for Shirley. Off the boards where Louise Warren comes up with it. That pass intended for Gosling is picked off. And now Carpenter's got room to skate for Kunlun. Carpenter's shot right on, and Delaney Bryan has to make her first good save of this game.
A great job there by Carpenter to walk in. Was a bad change on the part of the Calgary Inferno. Eleanor Lovell just tried to get back as quick as she could, have provided a bit of pressure, but nonetheless it was Delaney Bryan who came up big on that save right there. If you'll notice Calgary wearing their red jerseys today, it is because they're the home squad, so they'll have the last change today. Kunlun was the home squad yesterday, and if tomorrow goes down, it will be Kunlun again.
Good point, Ben. Usually I'm on top of that, saying which team's wearing what, but good on you for catching that, as Calgary are wearing their home reds today, a little bit of gold and black trim, and Kunlun, even though they finished second overall in the league, today they are the visiting team as they move the puck to Wong. Her shot right on, good pad save by the left leg of Bryan, and then the rebound scooped up by Calgary. As Kunlun defending the zone down to our right. Nora Ratu, who won a bronze medal with Team Finland at these 2018 Olympic Games. They'll be looking for her to backstop the team here to a potential Clarkson Cup victory as well, as that shot from distance easily smothered by Delaney Bryan for Calgary. And speaking of Team Finland, we should mention that Anina Rajahuta is just to your left. She's doing video today for Kunlun, and she was Nora's teammate on that bronze medal winning team for Team Finland.
You know, it's funny because you look at this roster of Kunlun, they're from all over. You got China, you got the USA, you got Finland, you got Canada. You don't, but actually you do. Nova Scotia, Bedrock, Nova Scotia, yep. Jessica Wong.
Yep.
Yes, it's great to have, qualified and great hockey players doing camera work here as well. Very humbling.
Yes. Multitask. She's a versatile player, that's for sure. As Kunlun dig out the puck in the far corner, they try to dig it off the boards, but with a couple players in there from each team, they'll blow it down with 13 minutes and change remaining here in the first period of play. Well, I want to remind you to connect with the CWHL and other fans by following at the CWHL on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And, of course, you can connect with Ben and myself, and we'll get to a few viewer shout-outs throughout the show. As Kunlun corral the puck off the face-off. Wong, her shot gets blocked by Turnbull. They stay on the puck, and Anderson tries to settle it down here for Red Star. Gosling will pick it up with Kelly Stack all over her. Stack causes the turnover, and now she's got it on her stick. Stack, she gets rubbed off that puck, but pinching in to give some help there is Zoe Hickel. Hickel battling forward in the far corner, Gosling on her back defending her, and now it skirts out to Curio, who will backhand that one, hit a Calgary player in the bench, and we'll have a face-off with 12 and a half left.
Great job by Haley Cudmore. You see her just edging out Kelly Stack, and you'll know that Calgary will want to do that all day long. Stack is that dangerous out there. Nothing dirty, just using her body, standing her ground, not letting Kelly Stack have the inside, and you'll see that a lot today.
Off the face-off, Kunlun move the puck around, and it's into the near corner where digging after it was Madison Wu. Centered out there, and that's broken up, intended for Carpenter. Shot from the point by Wong gets blocked. D'Arcangelo has it. Back to the point. Marchand lets it fly, and that's blocked as well. Calgary laying the body here to block a couple of good shots from the point. Good crowd on hand here at the Angus Glen Community Center for this one. It's game 2 of the CWHL playoff series between the Calgary Inferno and Kunlun Red Stars. That one right in on goal by Warren. Ratu uses her stick to deflect it up and out of play.
Nothing chippy, just using the body out there. And you'll see yesterday a lot of penalties, especially for Kunlun, but also a couple on Calgary's side. So if you're either squad, you want to stay out of the box today. There is different officials than it were yesterday, so you never know with different sets of officials. You never know what qualifies them to call penalties. They could be letting them play. They could be calling everything. So you never know, and players will want to be testing it out early in the game. But so far, everyone's been playing well.
Calgary moved the puck into the slot. Jenner lets the shot fly, and it just goes wide of the near post, as defending her was Stephanie Anderson. The puck will roll right in on goal. Delaney Bryan flips it over to the near boards, where it's picked up by Kelly Stack. She centers that one, but it's broken up, as making the play there for Calgary was Baumgart. Curio brings it into the zone. Curio drops it for Jenner. She has her stick tied up. Great back check there by Anderson to negate a good scoring chance. Cudmore lets the shot from the point fly. Lots of traffic in front. Don't think Ratu really saw that, but it goes wide of the far post. As Gosling pinches in with 11:10 remaining in the period. Gosling tries to feed it back to the point. That's picked off. Kunlun cleared to the boards, but not out. Centered back in front, and Stephanie Anderson will get to that first for Kunlun Red Star, but with 2 Inferno players all over her, Gavrilova causes a turnover. Iya Gavrilova back to the point for Cudmore. Far side over to Gosling. She lets the shot go, but lots of traffic on her. It's blocked, and at the end of a shift, Kunlun will just chip that one down and get some fresh legs out there. Nice try by Jess Wong to break that play up, as she saw the long stretch pass coming, and now it'll be controlled by Melanie Yu. Ju can't do anything there. It's 4 Acres coming in for Calgary to make a nice play and bump her off the puck. It's pinned up along the far side boards by the hash marks. And with 10:17 remaining in the first period, they'll blow that one down for a face-off.
Yeah, good aggression there, and like you were talking about just a couple of minutes ago, Ryder really couldn't see anything. Good job by Calgary to cross the net, but also a good job by Kunlun to cover them. There were a lot of white and red jerseys in front of that net, and you know I will say the jerseys are somewhat similar, same colors, not different colors, but nonetheless a lot of red and yellow in front of that net.
Yeah,
sure.
you know, for St. Patrick's Day, you think they might mix in
Green.
a little green or something,
Yeah.
but I guess we're both guilty of that too, because I certainly didn't wear any green
Me
today.
neither.
As Kunlun try to move the puck out of their zone here, and we want to wish everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day. If you're tuned in, you're watching the CWHL Live, presented by Hilberg and Burke, streaming at thecwhl.com/watch. 4 Acres drops that one to Grennan. It's through her skates, so she'll have to go back inside her own zone to retrieve it. Grennan nearly gives that one away. Pieri backs her up, and here comes Calgary with Sophie Shirley. Shirley across the blue line, loses the handle on the puck, and they can't clear the zone as Woodworth backs her up. Woodworth brings it all the way behind the net with 9.5 minutes left in the period. Woodworth sends it down low, back to the point. Baumgart lets the shot fly, and with traffic in front, it just goes wide of the near side post. D'Arcangelo plays it to the far side, where Jess Wong comes up with it for Kunlun. She'll give that one off to Cheyenne D'Arcangelo. And with room to skate, D'Arcangelo chips it in, and she'll give chase here for Kunlun on the forecheck. Baumgart under pressure by Alex Carpenter to the line, held in by Baiwei Yu. She tees it up. What a blast there from Baiwei Yu, and a good save by the stick of Delaney Bryan.
Phenomenal job there by Baiwei Yu. A great shot from the point, just off of Delaney Bryan's pads, but nonetheless, he'll come inside the Calgary zone. And, you know, Baiwei Yu's been great as well. 28 games played, a goal and an assist, 3 points. But she's one of those players, she really holds the blue line well. She's been strong in that blue line. One of those kind of stay-at-home defensemen, but she's been great.
And there's a great article as there's a shot from the high slot. That's gloved down by Bryan. It was Stephanie Anderson that let the shot fly, and Kelly Stack was right there on the doorstep waiting for a rebound.
And we got a penalty coming up here. Believe it's going to be going to Calgary.
It's Cudmore.
It's Haley Cudmore. She's going to go in 2 minutes for cross-check, and you'll see it here. It's right in front of the net, and there you see, there's the cross-check right in front of the net. That kind of seemed like more just running into the body, but nonetheless, the back official had it. Calgary's power play, or penalty kill rather, is ranked at 74-7. Kunlun's power play through the regular season, first in the league at 54.1.
And they have the puck at the point where Wong moves it to Hickel, down into the far corner. Anderson, she's got Marchin at the top of the point, gives it to her, back to Stack. There's the one-timer, goes wide. As Anderson gets it back, Wong plays it into the corner for Hickel. Hickel checking her options, takes it behind the net. She's muscled there by Gavrilova as Calgary try keep it pinned up against the boards. Team's digging away for it, and it's Hickel who chips it back, but that's picked off by Gavrilova. Kunlun able to hold the zone. Nice work there by Hickel. And now it's on the stick of Anderson. Anderson, she gets bumped into the boards, and that's going to be a penalty. And Kunlun are going to have 1:13 of 5-on-3 power play time here, as Gavrilova was trying to be aggressive on the penalty kill, but she just crosses that line, and she'll be ticketed for a minor penalty, and they're going to call it body contact.
And Calgary found themselves in this situation yesterday as well, a 5-on-3. Yesterday was in the first period with about 11 minutes left, 2 hooking penalties, and now Calgary again is 5-on-3. It didn't work in Kunlun's favor yesterday, as you can tell by the score. They didn't score at all yesterday, but will the second time be the charm, Nika?
Well, they move the puck around here on the 5-on-3. Look at where the defenders are. They're right at the top of the face-off circles. There's a sharp angle shot by Carpenter, but that's blocked by Delaney Bryan, and behind the net they scrum for it.
That could have been a third penalty as well right there.
Dug out by Launis, played back to the point. Wu, she tees it up, and off a couple of skates it goes far. Great reaction from the crowd here. They're really loving this one as Carpenter centers it for Wu. She tees it up. Great save by the right pad of Delaney Bryan. Wu makes the pass to Darkangelo. Another save as Bryan snags it with the leather. Well, they say your best penalty killer's got to be your goaltender, and right now the best penalty killer on the ice for Calgary is that woman right there, Delaney Bryan.
I was just going to say, if it looks like Calgary is not as worried as they probably should be, it's because of one person, and it's Delaney Bryan. As you just saw, she's been incredible for the part of the season she was here for, as we're seeing today, a great glove save.
Wong has the puck at the top of the circles, plays it down low. They tried to go cross goal, and on the bouncing puck shot from Hickel, that's easily snagged by Bryan. 7:13 left in the period, 18 seconds left in the first minor penalty.
Great vision, great job at seeing the puck. She's able to scoop it up into her glove, makes it look simple, but good pressure nonetheless by Kunlun. If you'll notice, they have not taken Kelly Stack off the ice yet. Pretty long shift, but nonetheless, they want to get that first goal.
Marchin and Wong play a little bit of back and forth as Stack gets it down low. Back to the top of the circles. Marchin, Wong, the one-timer, that's fearlessly blocked, as getting in the way of that one was Louise Warren. First penalty to Calgary over. Cudmore back on the ice. There's a shot. It goes wide of the near post, and Cudmore hacks at it but can't clear the zone. 37 seconds remaining in the penalty to Gavrilova, as Kunlun have had some great puck possession and movement, but they've yet to beat Delaney Bryan here with the advantage. As digging it off the wall, Calgary tries smack it out. It's back to the point, held in by Wong. Hickel has it. Hickel under pressure from Warren, takes it to the far corner. Zoe Hickel centered out front, back to the point. Wong plays it down low into the far corner. Anderson back to Wong, near side to Marchin. She tees it up, and Kunlun are on the board. There were just 7 seconds left in the power play, but it's Taylor Marchin who scores her first career CWHL goal, and it's a big one here in the playoffs to give Kunlun the 1-0 lead.
9 assists on the season. It's her fourth goal, and like you said, Nico, it's a big one. Top of the circle, shot just goes over Delaney Bryan's right pad. That's a huge goal for the Kunlun Red Stars. You're down you're up. You're on a 5-on-3 power play. You want to get that first goal. It's a big goal for momentum, and we knew Kunlun was going to come into this game hungry. They were embarrassed yesterday. They lost yesterday. I would say they probably didn't expect to lose yesterday.
Yep.
And so, of course, we knew they were going to come out hungry, and they wanted that first goal, and they got it.
Well, they smell some blood in the water. Let's see if they can double up. They've got their first goal here in the playoffs. We should mention that's the first playoff goal in team history for Kunlun. And a big one there, as scoring it is Taylor Marchant, her first career CWHL goal. And here is that goal announcement. Out of her net, Brian comes to play it. So Stephanie Anderson and Jessica Wong draw assists on the goal by Taylor Marchant. And with that puck bouncing into the Calgary bench, we'll have a face-off with 5:20 to go here in the first period of play.
I believe it's going to come outside the zone, and the referees are conferring, and it's inside. They'll say it went off of Calgary and into the Calgary bench, so we'll come to Delaney Bryan's glove side. As you just saw another look at that beauty goal from Marchant. Just a nice strong shot over Delaney Bryan's pad from the top of the circle, and she does a great job of walking in, has that extra space on a 5-on-3, was able to capitalize.
Good work by Kunlun not to panic there, despite essentially not capitalizing on the 5-on-3. They score in the last 7 seconds of the penalty to Gavrilova, and Hickle seems to have taken a bit of a knock. She's not moving at her regular pace. We'll keep an eye on her. As Turnbull brings it in, shot right on, Ratu makes the save. Big rebound cleared to the line. Shot from the point, blocked down by Curio. She tries to get it out of a couple of defenders' legs, and it's in the near corner for Jenner. Back to the point where trying to pinch in there to keep it in, and they can't, and here comes Hickle back the other way with Stock. Hickle lets the shot fly, good save, big rebound, and Bryan scoops up the bouncing puck to hold it with 4:30 left here in the period.
Hickle and Kelly Stack, what a dangerous combination. Comes down on a 2-on-1. Calgary is able to get back to apply just enough pressure, and here you see the shot. Delaney Bryan able to deflect it off and make the second stop with her glove. She has a great glove, by the way, I gotta say. Just the way she's able to see through it, scoop up the puck, it's awesome.
She's a pretty spectacular goaltender, and she's had to battle a lot of adversity the last couple of seasons, both on and off the ice. It's great to see her return to that dominant form we saw a couple seasons ago when she helped backstop Calgary to a Clarkson Cup victory. As Calgary dig the puck away here off the wall and into the far corner, where Woodworth plays it back to the point. Cudmore lets the shot fly through traffic. Ratu got a bit of a bump there. Play continues on as it was Louise Warren who ran into the Kunlun goaltender. Warren's got the puck on her stick for Calgary, brings it into the zone, stops on a dime, and Ben, check out that back check of Kunlun. All 5 white jerseys back in the zone defending. They're not taking any chances here today.
No, and that's what they've been going all season long. If you know Digit Murphy's style of hockey, you know it's hard work, it's tough work ethic, and she has them skating a lot back in China, and as you'll see there, it's paying off.
As Calgary caused an offensive zone turnover, it's 4 Acres with the puck. She's pinned up against the end boards. It's chipped to the line where Pieri holds it, lets the shot go, and 4 Acres couldn't quite get the redirection on that one. As Captain Shirley snaps one right on, and Ratu makes that save with 3:13 remaining in the period. Well, a reminder to stay tuned during the first intermission. Ben Smith will be joined down at ice level by a player in this game, and then I'll be talking a little bit about the upcoming Clarkson Cup weekend. It's a great weekend of events. Lots of good stuff on top, so we'll get into that in just a little bit, as we've got 3:10 remaining here in the first period. At the line, Grennan feeds it forward behind the net where Apperson digs it out to the point. Level, her shot gets blocked. As Calgary maneuver here in the offensive zone, Gavrilova makes the move to get away from the checker. Back to the point, Level, back to the near side for Gavrilova. Iya Gavrilova, of course, a former Russian national team player, spending the last couple seasons with Calgary, and she's been fantastic for them. One of their top scorers all season long, as Grennan keeps that puck in for Turnbull. Turnbull off the bench, and with a head of speed, she's the only Calgary player in the zone right now, as they all went for a change. Great play by Turnbull to keep it alive. She lays it off to Curio. Turnbull feathers it back in front. Great save by Ratu, as Jenner got a deflection about 5 feet from the goal. Good defensive work there by Big Lou, Zhu Xing Liu. And now Cudmore has it for Calgary. Calgary bring it into the zone. Cudmore dumps it off. And it'll be Wong first on it for Kunlun. Curio digs it off the half wall. There's going to be a penalty. Big Lou got a little bit too big on that play. And she's going to be ticketed for body contact here. Calgary will get their first power play opportunity of this game as heading to the box is Zhu Xing Liu. So with the Inferno trailing by 1, a big power play here with 1:45 to go in the period. As Warren steps in to take the draw. She's got Pieri at the point. As well as Baumgart, and it's Baumgart who feeds it over to Warren. Back to Baumgart, near side, Pieri, back to Baumgart, far side. She tries to get that over to Louise Warren out of her reach, and now Red Star will have a chance to clear it as Wong uses the boards to get it out. Taryn Baumgart leads the breakout for Calgary as hooking is the call against Liu. And with 1:27 left to go here on the power play, Calgary will set up along the far boards. Back to the point. Baumgart near side to Pieri. She lets the shot fly, and that's redirected to the far side corner as we're inside the final 60 seconds. Nice play by Jenner. She dishes that one off. Back to the point now. Near side for Pieri. She tees it up. Good save by Ratu. Rebound to the far boards, but not cleared as it's held in at the line. Baumgart makes the pass. They tried to feed it back in front to Curio, but just out of her reach, and good vision by Blair Turnbull, but unfortunately they just couldn't connect on that pass. 33 seconds left here in the period. Stephanie Anderson, short-handed forecheck, giving Brianne Jenner all sorts of problems, and now it'll be Gaskin bringing it out for Calgary. Brought up by Curio. 16 seconds left, centered right in front, and a good save there by the blocker arm of Ratu. Back to the point. Turnbull lets it fly. 7 seconds left. They center it in front. That's blocked by Anderson. And with the final few seconds ticking off the clock, that'll do it for the first period of play. A great first 20 minutes here in game number 2 between Kunlun and Calgary. And through the opening period, it's the Kunlun Red Star with a 1-0 lead, courtesy a power play goal by Taylor Marchand, her first career CWHL goal. Shots on goal in that first period favor Kunlun Red Star, 9-11. And again, you make sure you stay tuned here as we're getting set to join Ben Smith down at ice level. It looks like he's got Kelly Stock standing by with him, so we look forward to that interview. Kelly, always a pleasure to catch up with, and of course we congratulate her on being named the 2018 Angela James Bowl winner. But it's actually Taylor Marchand who's going to be standing by with Ben, and Taylor was the goal scorer here in the first period. So we're all set. Let's send it over to Ben and Taylor Marchand.
One period in the books here from the Angus Glen Community Center. 1-0 for the Kunlun Red Stars, thanks in part to Taylor Marchand, and a beautiful goal to get things started. Top of the point, your first career CWHL goal, and it was a big one. Take us through what you saw.
We had 5-on-3, and we really thought it was our time to score. But one came out of the bench, and I knew the last penalty was ticking down, and we were moving the puck really well, so I saw someone scoring that power play.
It was a tough loss yesterday for your squad. Has the game plan changed at all since yesterday's game?
No, it hasn't changed. If anything, we're a little more desperate because we don't want it to be our last game of the season.
Speaking of which, it is do or die today. You're up by 1. How do you keep the lead in this one?
I think team defense, we have a goal. I mean, we can't let them score, but obviously we can't let up in the offensive zone, but everyone come back as a team and really help out Nora back there.
Taylor, thanks for this. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Nico, a lot happening this weekend in Clarkson Cup action, and it's the lead up to the Clarkson Cup in Toronto, and lots happening with the award gala, with CWHL Community Day, as well as the Clarkson Cup Championship. Nico.
Thank you very much, Ben. It's a great interview you had there with Taylor, and it's a great point that you bring up, as we've got a fantastic week of events coming up next weekend. It is the celebration of the Clarkson Cup, which will be happening at the Ricoh Centre in Toronto. What's going on next week? Well, there's a full schedule of events, and for all that information, head over to the CWHL.com/Clarkson Cup. For just $20, you can get your game ticket. The game starts at 12 p.m. on Sunday, March 25th, and it's being nationally broadcast on Sportsnet. Now, we mentioned it's a full weekend of events, kicking off on Friday, March 23rd, when the 2018 CWHL Award Show gets going, and that's presented by the NHLPA. Should be a great night of action, as it's being held at the Toronto Centre for the Arts, and tickets for that event are just $25 a piece. We already know Kelly Stack of Kunlun is going to win the Angela James Bowl, and the Les Canadiens are this season's Chairman's Trophy winner. But who else is going to be taking home hardware? Well, you'll have to head over to the award show to check that out yourself. Now, it's not just the award show on Friday. On Saturday, March 24th, the CWHL is hosting their Community Day in partnership with MLSE Launchpad down in Toronto. It's going to be a great day of interaction and activities where CWHL players and fans and youth can all get together for great activities, including some sports, some yoga, and some autograph sessions. Details on that, the CWHL.com/Clarkson Cup. And again, of course, the big game on Sunday, March 25th. We don't know who's playing in it yet, but we do know you can get your tickets right now by heading over to the CWHL.com/Clarkson Cup. Tickets are just $20 a piece. Well, it's been a great first period here, and after the first period of play, Calgary trail Kunlun by a score of 1-0. And with that said, we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll rejoin the action in the second period of play. You're watching CWHL Live. It's playoffs between Calgary and Kunlun.
Not just something you can see or touch. Home is a feeling. It's the place where you feel safe to have those little moments that mean everything. At ADT, we believe that feeling should always be there. Whether it's at your house or your business, we help keep you safe so you can have those moments that make you feel at home. Wherever you are.
The thing that excites me the most about this collection is the fact that we're able to celebrate the diversity of the Canadian landscape. Our actual campaign really celebrates the beauty that Canada is.
To be with a brand that fully encourages women to reach their goals and their true abilities, that's something that's really special.
I wore these gloves. They held this stick. Well, these skates carried me over the blue line. We won the championship. And now, it's all yours. Cool. Oh, and this mouth guard. I'll get my own. Thanks.
The 5th season is when spirit for the game gets passed down. That's why we're proud to support over 5,000 teams.
Like people, businesses have their journey, their path, sometimes straight, but more often evolving, growing, and adapting. And like people, businesses' needs change, creating the need for knowledge in areas like accounting, consulting, and tax. Areas critical to your continued growth and success, all part of the journey, and all part of what we do together with you. So that when your business has arrived, it's ready to keep going. MNP, wherever business takes you.
We believe we could all live better through energy efficiency. Find Save On Energy programs at ComfortableSavings.com. Electra. Discover the possibilities.
Davis in front for Jessica Campbell, who scores.
All right, hockey fans, welcome back to Angus Glen Community Center as we get you set for the second period of play here in this CWHL live broadcast. It's a playoff game, game number 2, between the Calgary Inferno and Kunlun Red Star. And through the opening 20 minutes of play, it's Kunlun with a 1-0 lead, courtesy a Taylor Marchand power play goal. Thank you for being with us today as you're tuned into CWHL Live, presented by Hilberg and Burke. We're just about set for the second period of play, but before we resume the action, let's get to a few shout-outs through social media, as we've gotten some great tweets from predominantly Calgary fans so far. So Kunlun fans in China, if you're watching, you better step up here because Calgary's come to the game, as we got tweets from Craig Drevitt, who's enjoying the action, and we also got a tweet from Questlove. No, not that Questlove, but Questlove does tweet us saying he's watching from Calgary and enjoying the game as well, cheering on the Inferno. So thank you for those tweets. We'll get to a few more viewer shoutouts throughout the show. Again, you can connect with us online at the CWHL, or you can tweet Ben and myself. I'm at Bro Behind the Mic, and Ben?
Ben Smith 1027. Gotta love Calgary, the one city where it snows in July.
And we're underway here in the second period, and it's the Inferno who have the puck here, and about 10 seconds remaining here on the power play. As Hickel scoops up that loose puck, power play just about over. Hickel dumps it right in on Brian, and she'll leave that for her defenseman, as coming out of the box is Big Lou, Zhu Sing Liu for Kunlun. So back to even strength as Stack brings the puck in here for Kunlun, cuts to her forehand and just runs out of real estate as she was getting herself into a good shooting position. Back the other way, Blair Turnbull for Calgary. She gets that shot right on, kicked away by the right pad of Ratu. Good to see Turnbull back up playing forward. The last time we saw her, Ben, it was her first game back from the Olympics, and head coach Thomas Pacina opted to use her on the blue line for that game.
Absolutely, and I remember she wasn't firing on all cylinders, but that was then. This is now, and she's been pretty good for the Calgary Inferno in this playoff series thus far.
Yeah, she's been really strong here so far this afternoon as Stack tries to center that one. Hickel lets the shot fly, and a good save there by Brian as she had the low angle covered there on the near side. Cudmore under pressure from Anderson. Cudmore flips it to the line. Hits the stanchion, and a lucky bounce for Calgary as Louise Warren has room to skate. Warren takes the shot, but Bai Wei Yu gets in the way of that one, and a good block there from Bai Wei Yu for Kunlun. D'Arcangelo brings it across center ice. Her shot from distance gets blocked. Feeds it back in front, but they couldn't connect there as some nice defensive work by Gosling. Gardner tries to get around her player. Takes it all the way behind the Kunlun goal into the far corner. Plays it back to the line for Lovell. Lovell backhands it to the corner before Akers lost her twig, and that'll give, well, Lou ends up giving it away. Now she gets it right back, and Kunlun a little bit pinned in their own zone right now. Zhu Sing Liu makes the pass near side over to Maddie Wu after she got it from Bai Wei Yu. And Lovell corrals it for Calgary in her own zone. Carpenter, shot right on, and a good glove save there from Brian as Carpenter let that one fly quick.
Yeah, good job by Alex Carpenter. She's got 5 goals on the year through 13 games. There you see she steps in, but Delaney Bryan with that great glove, just able to snatch it up, force the whistle. Just about 3 minutes into it, but we'll have to see what happens. Nico, Calgary had a bit of a break, and they'll want to take this game today. They could win it all here. Well, not win it all, but they could win the series here today, and Kunlun will do anything they can to prevent that.
What's at stake here this weekend? A spot in the Clarkson Cup Championship Final. That's what's at stake, and Calgary are trying to get back there. But right now, they trail this game 1-0. They lead this best-of-3 series 1-0. As Taylor Marchand, the goal scorer for Kunlun, corrals the puck. She'll chip it forward. And smacked ahead that time, but not into the zone by Chu Ray. They tried to dig it off the near wall. Marching in there for Kunlun. Lannis there as well. Rachel Lannis, one of the toughest players in the CWHL. She also works as a strength and conditioning coach off the ice, as Kunlun dumped that one right in on Delaney Bryan, and she'll hold it for a face-off with 16:44 to go in the period.
That was like their goaltender a couple of years ago, Desjardins.
Yes,
Kathy
right,
Desjardins used to, she moved to Vancouver, I believe, to become a fitness trainer as well. It's kind of cool to see, the jobs that a lot of these girls have off the ice. We talk about police officer and health and nutritionist, and definitely there's some teachers in the CWHL. A lot of cool professions that these girls do off the ice.
Blair Turnbull picks up that loose puck. She tries to cut her way to the net, but she's defended brilliantly there by Liu, and here comes Stack for Kunlun. Stack centers it, shot saved, and then trying to head it in was Zoe Hickel. How about that for a crossover using a little header action? Can't get it to the net, and here comes Turnbull for Calgary. So a good chance moments ago for Kunlun, led by Kelly Stack and Zoe Hickel, but this game remains 1-0 as Stack sweeps it up here for Kunlun. She has her pocket picked by the other number 16, Sophie Shirley. And now Louise Warren gives chase after that loose puck. Woodworth passes it over to Warren at the far side hash marks. Back to the point. Grennan lets a shot fly with traffic in front. Ratu did well to make that save. At the near side wall, Woodworth corrals it at the hash marks. Centers in front. Ratu had the paddle down ready for that one and held in at the line by Lovell. Stack retrieves it behind the goal for Kunlun. She'll play it to the near side boards, where Stephanie Anderson can't clear the zone. Onto the stick of Bai Wei-Yu. She spins away from the forecheck of Gardner, and will now pass it near side to Anderson, who goes cross ice to Hickel. Zoe Hickel at the end of a shift will just fire it in and then peel off for a line change as Calgary have room to skate it up. Turnbull brings it across the blue line to her forehand. Puck's still sitting there as 4 Acres passes it to Baumgart. Back to the point. Pieri thought about the shot, feeds in front to Turnbull. She had a blind backhand attempt that just went wide of the near post. Taking it out of that pack is Taylor Marchin. She plays it over to the far side where, under pressure, Wong gets it to the hash marks but not out. Calgary's Gavrilova tries to hold it in as they get some changes on the fly. And now Maddie Wu corrals it for Kunlun. Wu tries to bring it into the zone. That's snuffed out by Apperson. And with 14:30 remaining here in the period, Calgary will try break out. They get it out of the zone, but not much further as Carpenter corrals that loose puck. Marchin ends up giving that one away to Crom, and Crom brings it in for Calgary. Erica Crom feeds it in front, out of the reach of Gavrilova, and now there's room for D'Arcangelo to bring it up. She gets it to Carpenter. Near side over to Wu. Wu lets the shot fly, but they call them offside with 14:06 to go here in the second period.
All right, Nico, so ready for the rules?
Yeah. Who doesn't love rules?
Rule 10.4, goals and assists, situation 8.
Okay.
A puck is shot. It hits a helmet, stick, or other object on the ice and goes into the goal.
Yep.
Is it a goal or not a goal?
Good goal.
It is a good goal.
Yes, sir.
So that would have been a good goal just a couple of minutes ago there.
Would have been quite the highlight, too.
It would have been.
I would have expected that to go viral. But unfortunately for Calgary, they are unable to head the puck into the net. And, or for Kunlun, I should say. And now back come Calgary. Woodworth, oh, what a save! Ratu goes post to post. After making the first save, she slams the door shut on Louise Warren. But Kunlun will take a penalty out of that scrum as we get another look at that chance for Calgary.
A great shot there, and just on the skate there of Nora Radu, just able to slide it off. But it is Kunlun that's going to go to the box. Melanie Zhu, 2 minutes for hooking, I believe. That's going to throw Calgary on the power play, a much-needed one. And this is where Kunlun's got to be careful. They started taking penalties around this part of the game, too, and it was a fair bit of penalties, so you can't let Calgary get to you. You know they'll want to be chippy all game long, kind of get your juices going, but you got to just stay calm, kind of walk away. Don't take the extra penalty because
shot from the point, knocked down in front, scrambled for it, just goes wide of the near post. And now with the net coming off its pegs, we'll have a whistle with 1:25 left to go in the power play for Calgary.
Yeah, great job there. The net did come off, and we see that all the time here in Markham, apparently. It's like
doesn't matter what rink.
Doesn't matter what rink. It's got to be something with the pegs they use here, something like that. Nonetheless, a good job there by the Calgary Inferno. Get some traffic in front of Radu.
As Kunlun put it off the side of their own net. Maybe we can talk to Mayor Scarpitti about that. Get some better pegs here for these nets in Markham. And, of course, we appreciate all the support the city of Markham has shown. And, Calgary nearly tie it up. I don't know how they didn't put that in. Gosling had a wide open net, and she put it right through the crease. And then Ratu makes a good save on a drive from the point by Gosling. But, Ben, if you're Calgary, can you feel any more snake bit than that chance right there?
Not even. It was 2 minutes ago, the first chance that came so close, and you saw a lot of the Calgary players getting excited there. And here you're going to see again. Initial shot, top of the circle, and there you see, just across the line. A great job by Caitlin Gosling, but it went, diagonally across the red line, did not go in the net. And you saw the whole Calgary bench jump up and then quickly kind of shake their heads going, what is happening?
As Baumgart corrals it at the point, far side, Gardner's shot blocked, second chance, Ratu makes that save.
If you're Nora Radu, you're counting your lucky stars there and just taking a second to calm down, but great opportunity.
Not great defensive coverage on this penalty kill right now by Kunlun. They look a little bit lost out there as Calgary's sending players in deep. They're not being picked up by any of the defenders. Back at the point, Pierre lets the shot fly, and with no traffic in front, that's an easy save there for Ratu.
Yeah, easy save, and like you said, that's not their top PK line, and they're going to send out Taylor Martian and Zoe Hickel, along with Rachel Lannis to kind of, and Jess Wong out there as well to relieve the first line out, but like you said, not great defensive coverage, and Calgary's really trying to get in here.
I was saying that the CWHL and certainly the Markham Thunder have been very appreciative of all the support the city of Markham and Mayor Frank Scarpitti have shown the team. And again, we appreciate the opportunity to broadcast this game live in the city of Markham from the Angus Glen Community Center.
Well, Mayor Scarpitti's a huge hockey fan,
Yes,
and it dates back to when Markham hosted the Clarkson Cup for a couple years. A while back ago. I think we were both at that tournament and both remember fond memories of how great it was. And
absolutely. And
Markham does a great job.
Mayor Scarpitti was absolutely amped about Markham's 2-1 overtime victory last night in game number 1 as MVP candidate Jamie Lee Rattray scored short-handed in overtime to clinch that victory for Markham.
And it was two results yesterday that I don't think a lot of people saw coming. The Calgary win and the Markham win. I think especially the Markham win, 1 versus 4. Yep. Montreal's been really dominant this year, so it was a bit of a surprise, and be interested to see how their game goes today.
Those two teams battle again today at 5:30 p.m. That game just about set to get going. And of course, it'll be streaming live. Our colleague Robin Flynn on the call there, so head over to the CWHL.com/watch, which is where you are right now because you're tuned into this game. It's Calgary and Kunlun, and that shot from Cheyenne D'Arcangelo steered aside by the stick of Delaney Bryan. Calgary can't capitalize with the man advantage, 0 for 2 on the power play, as driving it towards the net, but out of the reach of Gosling, and Kunlun will take another penalty. Ben, you talked about the fact they need to stay disciplined here. Right now, they're letting this game get a little bit away from themselves. It looks like it's going to be Cheyenne D'Arcangelo heading to the box.
It will be. She's going to go 2 minutes for Hucking just as they ended off one PK. They'll go back on another one. Gives Calgary lots of opportunity. Yes, like you were saying, Nico, now that you're here on CWHL.com/watch, we're going to show you how you did it. Go to www.cwhl/watch. All the games are there. Good times.
Of course, if Kunlun hold on for this victory, we'll have a decisive Game 3 here tomorrow afternoon at 5:30 p.m., and that will be streaming as well. All the streams this season brought to you by Hilberg and Burke, empowering women one sparkle at a time. As Calgary move the puck, well, they're actually pinned in their own zone. Great forward check shorthanded there by Stephanie Anderson. And now Louise Warren brings it across center ice, tried to get it to Woodworth, but just as quick, Kunlun break that up. And with Anderson and Stack out there killing this penalty for Kunlun, Calgary better be aware of the possible short-handed break, because both of those ladies have the ability to create offense, and as I say that, they go off for a change. So not too much to worry about if you're Calgary.
Next time, though, that will
broadcaster's jinx, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, the referee, quick whistle there, too. Usually they let them play for a couple more seconds. They're going to talk about where they're going to put the face-off. And it's going to go to center ice here, as it wasn't brought inside the zone or out. Calgary's not too pleased with that, but like I said, it was a pretty quick whistle. They usually let them play for a couple extra seconds, try to see if they can get the puck moving or not.
Well, great staffs behind both of these teams, including the coaching staffs. Calgary led by Thomas Pacina, Kelly Burchard, Julianne Jubinville, and Gina Kingsbury, as the Inferno bring that one in offside. And on the flip side, the legendary Digit Murphy, head coach for the Kunlun Red Star, and her assistants, longtime Chinese national captain Sun Rui and Sara Niemi. So as you mentioned, Ben, lots of international flavor to this Kunlun Red Star side.
Absolutely, and Digit's really put Chinese hockey on the map. She's done a great job with their national program. And
really, let's not kid ourselves. The way they're building, they're going to be contenders for the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics.
Well,
I would fully expect China to compete for a medal at those games.
And that was the whole purpose of coming in the CWHL. Was kind of a win-win. It was
centered in front, and Ratu clears that one aside.
It was the CWHL has gets to grow the game across continents, and the Chinese program gets to play against top level talent and really develop their program for when they host the Olympics in 4 years' time.
As Kunlun smack it to the far boards, but not out. 50 seconds remaining on the Calgary power play as Blanis got drilled there. Play continues on. Jenner, stick handles down in the near corner. Centers out front. There's the shot. It's blocked. Second chance as Baumgart let it fly, but Kunlun laying the body, and then they'll clear the zone moments later. Gavrilova playing the point here on the power play for Calgary. Penalty about to expire, so the Inferno now 0 for 3 this afternoon with the power play. Warren takes a shot right on, and the glove hand of Ratu snags that one.
Big glove save there by Ratu, a great job. As both teams are even straight now. A big hit, too, almost near the blue line. Gosling able to stand up to that, but here you see walk in. And Radu able to make the stop there. Good job by Calgary to crash the net.
As off the face-off, Warren wins it back to the point for Baumgart. She goes cross-ice to Pieri. She'll feed it down low in the far corner. Apperson, she can't corral that. And here comes Kunlun, led by Maddie Wu. Wu chips it forward for Carpenter. Carpenter stops at the near side hash marks. They dig away for it, and it'll be Calgary coming out of the scrum with the puck. Apperson brings it into the zone. Tees one up, and an easy save there for Ratu. Rebound over to the near wall where Wu scoops it up. Maddie Wu backhands that one into the zone, and she'll peel off for a line change. As Bryan comes out of her net, and in the far corner, 4 Acres plays it over to Crom. Held in at the line. Nice work there by Wong, and now it pops out, and it'll be corralled by Marchand. Jess Wong gains the zone, stick handles her way through a couple of players, and just couldn't get to the net for a clear shooting opportunity. Snuffing that one out was Megan Grennan. Oh, awkward bounce there. Strange bounce as it popped to the near side of the post. No one there to tap it in. Grennan leaves it for Crom. She'll hammer that one in. And now Marchand corrals it behind her own goal. Long stretch pass. That's well read by Cudmore, and it's broken up. But now Stack corrals it. Stack makes the pass to Hickel. Zoe Hickel lets the shot fly, and it goes wide to the near top corner. Puck comes all the way out to center ice, where Baiwei Yu corrals it. Yu plays it forward, but that's given away, and Gosling scoops it up for Calgary. Gosling makes the pass to Turnbull. Turnbull has the lane, takes the shot, big save. Rebound sitting behind the goal as Gosling, she gets checked, and that's going to be a penalty. Kelly Stack not happy about that call, and I can understand why. She made a play on the puck, but the referees say she made a bit too aggressive of a play, and that's going to lead to Calgary's 4th power play opportunity of this game.
Perhaps a bit of extra emotion from yesterday. As you'll know anything about boarding, you'll know that the next level up is check from behind, which Kelly Stack received yesterday. And I agree with you. I think it was a play on the puck. The referee who was right there, however, didn't agree. So she'll go 2 minutes for boarding. But, I mean, Kelly Stack's an aggressive player. She's not the biggest body out there, but she plays with a lot of heart. And she's obviously frustrated by that, as I agree. I think she did kind of make a play on the puck. But nonetheless, it puts Kunlun on the PK yet again.
Calgary 0 for 3 with the power play here this afternoon, and with 6:55 remaining in the period, they move the puck near side. Gavrilova shoots through traffic, and Ratu got just enough of that one to redirect it to the far corner. Kept in at the line by Gosling. Jenner nearly had her pocket picked. It clears the zone, and now Gavrilova scoops it back up. She's got room to skate. Tees up a big slap shot, and a good kick save there by the left leg of Ratu. D'Arcangelo can't. Oh, she does dig it out. Nice work. And Calgary did have 6 skaters on the ice there for a moment, but good heads-up play not to play the puck.
Very good heads-up play not to play the puck. I was going to say, I was getting ready to call or to see too many men be called, but good hockey sense there from the Inferno.
55 seconds left on the Inferno power play. It's going to be Dakota Woodworth skating it up. Makes the pass near side to Louise Warren. Warren brings it down low, all the way behind the goal. Checks her options. Puts it back to the point for Pieri. Near side to Baumgart. She lets the shot low, and that one blocked. Never made it to the net. Hickel can't clear the zone initially. Apperson comes up with it. Warren got drilled from behind. No call. Shot from the point. What a save! As the deflection between the hash marks and the crease, and Ratu was able to adjust and make the save. Another shot. That one gets blocked by Apperson. She's got the puck on her stick now. Dishes it off to 4 Acres. 15 seconds left here in the Calgary power play. Katie Apperson down low behind the net. Back to the point. Gosling coming off the bench. Lets the shot fly. That's blocked. Gavrilova has it. Power play just about over as Zia Gavrilova brings it all the way behind. Centered in front. Gosling shoots. Knocked down. Second chance and a good save there as Louise Warren got the backhander right on Ratu. Kelly Stack out of the box, has the puck on her stick. She'll flip it out through center ice. And they're going to say it was knocked down with a high stick, so we'll have a face-off with under 5 minutes remaining here in the second period of play.
It's going to be a high stick, and man, if Calgary had all the cash in the world, they still couldn't buy a goal. Here you see Gosling on the point, glove down, second shot there, just deflected up from Louise Warren, just deflected off by Radu, and man, if I'm Calgary, I'm very frustrated right now.
Yeah, this has been a frustrating game for sure for Calgary. They've had stretches where you could argue they've been the better team, but they have yet to crack the incredible goaltender Noura Ratu. As Kunlun lead this one 1-0 with 4:39 remaining here in the second period of play. You're watching CWHL Live as Brittany 4 Acres brings it in for Calgary. Tries to feed it in front for Gardner. That's broken up and cleared down the ice by Kunlun. It would have been icing, but Bryan comes out of her net to play it. Behind their own goal, Calgary nearly give that one up as it's level on the puck. She plays it near side, intended for Jenner, but it's hammered deep by Wu.
Great job there by Alex Carpenter. Apply some pressure, force Calgary not to have such a smooth breakout as they probably hoped.
Well, Brianne Jenner can certainly lead a smooth breakout there. She makes a good pass to Rihanna Curio. Curio tries to feed it back in front for Jenner. Knocked down, and now Marchand controls it for Kunlun. Marchand plays it off the glass and out. Stack gives chase. She gets to that ahead of Cudmore. Stack centers. It goes off the side of the goal, and, well, Calgary can't clear the zone as Anderson comes up with it. She tees it up. Great save by Bryan. And then brilliant goaltending to dive back and cover up that rebound with 3:36 remaining here in the second period of play.
Great heads-up job there by Delaney Bryan to know where the puck was and pounce right on top of it. Looks like she'll adjust her pad a little bit. And here you see the turnaround. Walking in. And then that shot from the top of the circle. And Delaney Bryan able to jump right off of it as it bounces off the back post.
Off the offensive zone draw, Hickel spins into the corner with the puck. Centered in front for Stack, but she had her stick tied up. Kelly Stack still with the puck. Takes it behind the net. Centered. There's a chance it's blocked. Second opportunity. Sitting there in the skates of Hickle. And now it's finally corralled by Warren. Wow, great goalmouth scramble there, but Kunlun unable to get a clear shot on goal. Sophie Shirley makes a move to get around Bai Wei Yu, but great defending there by Zhu Sing Liu to back her up, and Big Lou makes a big play. Zoe Hickle takes it into the corner for Red Star. She battles there against Jackie Pieri, and Pieri does well to leave it for Sophie Shirley. Gavrilova brings it in for Calgary. Shot right on, and that'll be snagged by Ratu, and she'll hold it for a face-off with 2:47 remaining in the second period. Well, get social with the CWHL. Follow at the CWHL on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and join the discussion today. We'll get to a few viewer shout-outs a little bit later in the third period, but off this draw, Calgary try and move the puck around. It's nearly dug out by Crom. Apperson in there as well for Calgary as Stack battles, or check that, that's Lonis there for Kunlun, and Lonis lifts it out. Lovell tried to make the move around Lonis. That gets picked off. And then a big inadvertent collision between Zhu and Lovell. Crom, she gives that one away. As the teams battle for possession, it's Melanie Zhu bringing it into the zone. She's tripped up. Play continues on as Gavrilova has it for Calgary. 2:05 left here in the second period. That's a giveaway. And let's see if Carpenter can capitalize. Great shot, better save, as Delaney Bryan was ready for that chance. She is your reigning ADT goaltender of the week. And if not for her effort here in this one, Calgary would be in a much bigger deficit. But another great save from Delaney Bryan to keep this a 1-0 game. Off the face-off, they move it to 4 Acres. She kicks it out to Gosling, who gives it right back to 4 Acres, and now it's near side to Gardner. 4 Acres brings it across the line. Shot right on by Gardner, and Ratu did well to make that stop. And the crowd here at the Angus Glen Community Center gives her a big round of applause. Well, stay tuned during the second intermission. Ben will be joined down at ice level by a Calgary Inferno player. So we look forward to that interview. As Kunlun try get a late change in here, and surprisingly, the referees allow it. As Jenner wasn't too happy about that, but now she'll set up to take this face-off with 1:43 left in the period. Turnbull makes the pass back to the point. Cudmore lets the shot fly. Jenner off the end boards, can't get it goal bound. And it's scooped up by Kelly Stack. She makes the pass to Hickle. Stack gets it right back. She goes far side to Anderson. Stephanie Anderson feeds it in front and right through the crease. But no one there for Kunlun to get a stick on it. Hickle first back on it for Red Star. They give it away as Jenner picks it up. Brianne Jenner drops it off. There's the shot. Big rebound. Where is it? And it's in! Calgary tie it up. Ratu got a big piece of it, but Blair Turnbull beats her with the shot. And Calgary equalized with 1:08 remaining here in the period. Well, it was a great play by Brianne Jenner to bring it into the zone. Watch this drop pass. It gave Turnbull the shooting lane and space. And even though Ratu got a huge piece of it, you can see the rebound pops up over and behind her, and it just trickles across the line. And with 1:08 left in the second period, Calgary have tied this game up at 1. As we're inside the final 60 seconds, Blair Turnbull gets the equalizer moments ago. Brianne Jenner drawing 1 assist. We'll wait for the goal announcement to see if there's a secondary one. As Calgary, Crom dumps it in. 40 seconds remaining in the period. Carrillo. So Louise Warren draws the secondary assist. And with 25 seconds left in the period, Calgary retrieve it from their own zone. So the goal is Blair Turnbull from Brianne Jenner and Louise Warren. And it's Turnbull with the puck on her stick. Lets the shot fly, and that's sticked away by Ratu. And with just 10 seconds remaining in the period, that'll just about do it. Gosling brings it back in her own zone. She'll dump it down. 2 seconds left in the period. And Calgary have new life after a late goal from Blair Turnbull to equalize this game up at 1. Great game so far here at the Angus Glen Community Center. Little separating these two teams through 40 minutes of play as we get a look at that game-tying goal from the stick of Blair Turnbull. Again, Ratu got a big piece of it, but you can see the rebound trickle over the line despite that effort from Ratu to get back and cover it. Great goal there for Blair Turnbull, and she's going to be joining Ben Smith down at ice level in just a few moments as we get set to throw it down to them. Quick recap here as through 40 minutes of play, we're all tied up at 1. Kunlun opened the scoring on a power play goal by Taylor Marchand, the first of her CWHL career. And then moments before the end of the second period, Calgary equalized with a Blair Turnbull goal. So we're going to get set to throw it down to Ben Smith and Blair Turnbull.
Enter the score 1-1 thanks to Blair Turnbull. A beauty goal right at the end of the second period. Take us through what you saw on the ice there.
Solid breakout all the way from our D zone up the ice, and Jenner had a great zone entry. She drove hard, took the D wide with her, then made a drop pass to me, and I shot it off the goalie's shoulder, and luckily it just trickled in.
A lot of close chances that period, a lot of close saves by Radu. Talk about Nora Radu and their defense. It's tough to get her number, but it looks like you guys finally did.
Yeah, she's a great goalie, obviously one of the best in the world. She's tough to get pucks behind. She's really great at making those first saves, as you guys can all see. So it's really important for us to take our eyes away, get bodies and pucks to the net.
Are you noticing any differences this game as opposed to yesterday? It's a lot closer.
Yeah, I think they're playing a lot tighter in their D zone. Yesterday it seemed we had a lot of seams to walk. This game today, they're taking the seams away, so the low to high play is there for us to make, but we're not getting as many walks to the net as we had yesterday.
I'm going to go ahead and assume that you'd like to get the win today and finish out this series, so I'll just ask you that. How do you get the lead in this one and end Kunlun's season?
It's a battle. The hardest game of the year is one where you're trying to end another team's season, so we know this 20 minutes is going to be the hardest 20 minutes of the season for us, so we have to battle hard, we have to outwork them, and we have to get pucks and bodies to the net.
Well, thanks for this. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Nico, back up to you.
Thank you, Ben, and thank you, Blair. We appreciate Blair Turnbull taking a couple minutes there to catch up with Ben Smith. It was Blair Turnbull who got the game-tying goal here for Calgary, and through 40 minutes of play, we're all squared at 1 goal apiece. Well, you might be wondering what's at stake here this weekend, and let me tell you, a berth to the Clarkson Cup final is what's being played for here at Angus Glen Community Center. But it's not just the Clarkson Cup final on Sunday, March 25th that fans should be excited about. It's a full weekend of activities hosted by the CWHL. And it gets going on Friday, March 23rd during the 2018 CWHL Award Show ceremonies, which is presented by the NHLPA. Tickets are just $25 a piece, and you can get those by heading over to the CWHL.com/Clarkson Cup. That's Friday, March 23rd at the Toronto Centre for Arts. It's going to be a great night. Tickets just $25 a piece for the awards show. On Saturday, March 24th, the CWHL is hosting their Community Day in partnership with MLSE at the Launchpad in Toronto. It's going to be a great day of activities between CWHL players, fans, and youth, where you can get involved in stuff like multi-sport games, yoga classes, and autograph sessions. For all the information on that one, head over to the CWHL.com/Clarkson Cup. And then, of course, the weekend comes to a close with the big Clarkson Cup final on Sunday, March 25th. We don't know who's playing yet, but we do know it's going to be a great game, and tickets are on sale now. For those and for all the information around the Clarkson Cup weekend, head over to the CWHL.com/Clarkson Clarkson Cup. Well, you're tuned into the CWHL Live, and we're going to get the third period coming up here. It's 1-1 between Calgary and Kunlun. You're watching CWHL Live, presented by Hilberg and Burke.
When I was 7, I wore these gloves. They held this stick. Well, these skates carried me over the blue line. We won the championship, and now it's all yours. Cool. Oh, and this mouth guard. I'll get my own. Thanks.
The 5th season is when spirit for the game gets passed down. That's why we're proud to support over 5,000 teams.
From loose puck, who scores? And trying to go the other way, Davis in front for Jessica Campbell, who scores.
Not just something you can see or touch. Home is a feeling. It's the place where you feel safe to have those little moments that mean everything. At ADT, we believe that feeling should always be there. Whether it's at your house or your business, we help keep you safe so you can have those moments that make you feel at home. Wherever you are.
The thing that excites me the most about this collection is the fact that we're able to celebrate the diversity of the Canadian landscape. Our actual campaign really celebrates the beauty that Canada is.
To be with a brand that fully encourages women to reach their goals and their true abilities, that's something that's really special.
Like people, businesses have their journey, their path, sometimes straight, but more often evolving, growing, and adapting. And like people, businesses' needs change, creating the need for knowledge in areas like accounting, consulting, and tax. Areas critical to your continued growth and success, all part of the journey, and all part of what we do together with you. So that when your business has arrived, it's ready to keep going. MNP, wherever business takes you.
At her own blue line, with the puck is Gardner. Noemi Martin grabs it, fires it in on Delaney Bryan, and Cyril Lafour scoops up the rebound. 1-0 Les Canadiennes with 1:34 left to go in the first period.
When we say that small play could make a big change in a game, a stick. When the Inferno tried to get out of their zone, Noemi Martin went for the stick. Great turnover, and Lafour, who received the rebound right on her stick, scored the first goal for the Montreal Canadiens. So those defensive little detail that brings the big play, that's a great example.
That's the rebound.
And who was in front of the net? Lafleur on this power play. Again, trying to create great puck movement. Morin, high slot, had 3 shots on net, and Lafleur well positioned.
Bete in the far corner. Ooh, fires the puck in front on Bryan. And it looks like Ambrose went in with the puck as the net is knocked off. Fans are cheering. It's a 2-0 hockey game, but the Inferno don't look happy about this one.
And again, Ambrose left her position at the blue line to support the offensive play on this power play, and dove almost to get this rebound. So again, when we talked about creating this offense by the defense players, especially in power play, there was a great chance. The opening was there. She took it, and she pushed the puck behind Bryan.
On the far side, Louise Warren for the Inferno. Knocking it forward. Marin will come away with it. Sends it forward for Lafleur. And Sophie Bete with speed now. Skating into Calgary zone, and she will beat Delaney Bryan. Breakaway opportunity for Anne-Sophie Bete. Her 19th goal of the season. It is 3-0 Montreal.
When you're talking about speed, great and offensive creativity, again, a simple, like a good face-off, use the board to go out, a little chip to the neutral zone, and Sophie Bete's skate to the open ice, retrieve the puck, and with her great speed was able to get in front of the goaltender Bryan and score for the 3rd goal for the Montreal Canadiens.
Sarah Lafleur with it again, back into Calgary zone, at the circle. Drop pass for Desrochers. Behind the net is Lafleur. Sends it in front for nobody. Picked up by Kathy Chartrand. Puck initially stopped by Delaney Bryan, and that one squeaks in over the blue line, over the goal line. 4-0 is the score of Montreal with 7:08 left to play in the 3rd period.
It was a hard shot by Chartrand, but Delaney Bryan had to make sure that she was either taking that shot or Lafleur, who was on her left side. So she had to stay deep, and obviously she tried to move too quick on the other side and got caught on that shot.
4-0 with 7:06 left to go in the 3rd period. Thank you so much to everybody who has tuned in today to CWHL Live, brought to you by Hilberg and Burke, empowering women one sparkle at a time, and empowering women on the ice right now as Les Canadiens take to center ice to salute the fans and thank absolutely everybody in attendance. A packed house here today at the Bell Sports Complex in Brossard.
We believe we could all live better through energy efficiency. Find Save On Energy programs at ComfortableSavings.com. Electra. Discover the possibilities.
Sanderson passes it to Westfall, takes a shot, and it's a no-goal. Westfall passes it to Sanderson, who passes it to Bobby Orr.
Tried a shot that was wide and Keenan cleared it but not out. Bobby Orr behind the net to Sanderson. Orr! Bobby Orr! The Boston Bruins! Up the center and coming in as Lou. Dyke centered it. They got scores! Danny McDonald! 5:10 left to play in the 2nd. Here's Lemieux. His center penalty coming out. Look at Lemieux! Oh my heavens! What a goal!
from loose puck. Who scores? And trying to go the other way. Davis in front for Jessica Campbell, who scores.
The thing that excites me the most about this collection is the fact that we're able to celebrate the diversity of the Canadian landscape. Our actual campaign really celebrates the beauty that Canada is.
To be with a brand that fully encourages women to reach their goals and their true abilities, that's something that's really special.
Home is not just something you can see or touch. Home is a feeling. It's the place where you feel safe to have those little moments that mean everything. At ADT, we believe that feeling should always be there. Whether it's at your house or your business, we help keep you safe so you can have those moments that make you feel at home. Wherever you are.
Like people, businesses have their journey, their path, sometimes straight, but more often evolving, growing, and adapting. And like people, businesses' needs change, creating the need for knowledge in areas like accounting, consulting, and tax. Areas critical to your continued growth and success, all part of the journey, and all part of what we do together with you. So that when your business has arrived, it's ready to keep going. MNP, wherever business takes you.
When I was 7, I wore these gloves. They held this stick. Well, these skates carried me over the blue line. We won the championship, and now it's all yours. Cool. Oh, and this mouth guard. I'll get my own. Thanks.
The 5th season is when spirit for the game gets passed down. That's why we're proud to support over 5,000 teams.
Hockey fans, welcome back to Angus Glen Community Center as we get set for the 3rd period of play in this CWHL Clarkson Cup playoff battle between the Calgary Inferno and Kunlun Red Star. My name's Nico Cardarelli, joined up here in our booth by Ben Smith. And Ben, through 40 minutes of play, nothing separating these two teams as Calgary tied up late in the period, courtesy a goal from Blair Turnbull, and we're all square at 1.
We are. It was a great goal by Blair Turnbull. I was standing right at the net when it happened, and man, did it look close. The referee had to skate right in to see where the puck was, but great goal by Turnbull. And you know what? A lot of this mirrors what happened yesterday. It was a 1-0 goal heading into or game heading into the 3rd period, which is pretty similar, I think, to a 1-1 game. And that's when Calgary really turned it on. They scored 2 goals about midway through the 3rd. And they really turned on the Jets from there early in the 3rd and then midway through the 3rd to win 3-0. So if I'm Calgary, I'm pretty hungry to win the game today. You know, they want to head to the Clarkson Cup championship for the Kunlun Red Stars. They'd also love to force a game 3 and hopefully win it there. So it's going to be an interesting 3rd period. You never know if we'll get some extra free hockey either. So we'll have to see what happens, but it'll be a great period, that's for sure.
Well, Brianne Jenner steps in to take the face-off for the Calgary Inferno, and she'll be in there against Kelly Stack as we get set for the third period of play. You're tuned in to CWHL Live, streaming provided by Hilberg and Burke. As Calgary maintain possession off the face-off, it's Haley Cudmore bringing it across center, flips it in, but not very deep as it's knocked down by Jess Wong, and here comes Zoe Hickel for Kunlun. Hickel, nice play at the line as Anderson stays onside, puts it right on, and Hickel does well to draw a penalty out of that. So Kunlun are going to get an early power play here, just 25 seconds into the period. And Haley, check that, it's going to be Louise Warren heading to the box to serve this penalty.
It's going to be Warren, too, for hooking. She's not happy about it. You can see it coming from a mile away, though. But like you said, a good job by Hickel to force that penalty. Puts Kunlun on the power play, which is at 54-1 through the season, first in the league. 20 goals on the power play through 37 opportunities in the season.
And their lone goal in this game coming on the power play by Taylor Marchand as she passes that one off to Stack. Stack in the high slot, loses it. Marchand, nearly had her pocket picked by Gavrilova. That could have led to a short-handed break. And now Gavrilova has it at center ice for Calgary. She'll just chip that in with a minute 30 remaining on the Kunlun power play. It'll be Marchand starting it up here for Red Star. She passes it near side to Wong. Wong gains the zone and takes it all the way behind the goal where she checks her options. Wong makes the pass there to Carpenter, who's tripped up. And for the second time this game, Kunlun will have a 5-on-3 power play coming up. As Sophie Shirley blocks that one, touches it. And for Kunlun, they'll have a minute 5 of 5-on-3 power play time. And it's much to the delight of the pro Kunlun crowd here in Markham.
A great job there by Alex Carpenter to draw the penalty, and Sophie Shirley will go to the box. And that's one where you're almost like, that's too easy. And if you're Calgary, you're going, oh, come on, really? But it's a good call. It's bit exaggerated, I would say, but nonetheless, it's a penalty. So puts Kunlun on a 5-on-3.
Carpenter moves it to Darkangelo. There's a one-timer, second chance, and Brian did well to shut the door as Alex Carpenter got a stick on the rebound.
Yeah, and again, Delaney Bryan's going to have to come up big during this power play. She's been through this before, and it didn't work out too well the first time. Kunlun scoring on it, rather. A nice shot there from Madison Wu on the point. Delaney Bryan able to stop it.
Darkangelo passes it down low for Carpenter. Launis in front. There's the centering pass as Melanie Zhu let the shot fly. But now it's cleared down the ice. And Blair Turnbull in a foot race there just beat Darkangelo just beat Blair Turnbull to that loose puck. As with 33 seconds remaining in the first penalty, Darkangelo gets it across the line. Passes it back to the point for Wu. She goes cross ice. Alex Carpenter plays it down low to Darkangelo. Back out to Carpenter. She steps in, plays it down low to Darkangelo. Checking, sharp angle shot, turned away by Brian. 15 seconds remaining in the first penalty. Carpenter keeps it in, feeds it down low. Darkangelo shot right on, and Brian with another huge save to keep this game all tied at 1.
Delaney Bryan zoned in on the puck, really doesn't care about anything else going on around her except for that puck, and you can see she does a great job of tracking it. About 8 seconds left to go in this 5-on-3, and then it'll become a 5-on-4. As you see, Kelly Stack and Zoe Hickel out on the ice. The dynamic duo has done a great job this game so far.
Fed in down low, centered in front by Anderson, and just out of the reach of Hickel. Penalty to Warren over. There's still 50 seconds remaining in the penalty to Gavrilova. As back at the point. They go cross ice. Now back near side intended for Hickel. That's broken up, but Hickel does well to recover it. Stack plays it back to Marchand. Marchand thought about the shot. There's the one-timer. That's blocked down, and Marchand will hold it in the zone. Marchand takes that one. Big rebound after the save from Brian. Taylor Marchand brings it to the near corner. Back to the point for Wong. She goes cross ice to Anderson. Lets that shot fly, and that's blocked by Pieri. 15 seconds remaining in the second penalty, and With their second 5-on-3 of this game, Kunlun are unable to take advantage. And with the puck pinned up against the end boards, that'll do it for the power play for the Red Star, as Sophie Shirley back out of the box for the Calgary Inferno. Marchand plays it over to Stack. She steps off the half wall, thought about the shot, now tries to feed it through, but with 5 red jerseys below the hash mark, she couldn't get it on goal. Marchand tries to fire it back in, but it goes into the Calgary bench, and we'll get a face-off with 6:18 left here in the third period. And you see a little bit of appreciation there from Jackie Pieri tapping her goaltender on the pads, as Delaney Bryan did a great job there.
She did, and she was screened up there by Stephanie Anderson. 5'9", pretty, tall body to stand out in front of, but Calgary able to clear out, and Delaney Bryan able to do a good job of tracking the puck.
Off the face-off, the puck bounces back inside Kunlun territory, where Bai Wei-Yu plays it to the near side for Alex Carpenter. Dug off the wall by Darkangelo. It's turned over as Gosling picks it up for Calgary. Centers that one, intended for Jenner, a little bit behind her. Cudmore fired one, and Darkangelo ends up blocking that down. Carpenter, she's run into the boards by Turnbull. Far corner, Bai Wei-Yu dumps it behind the net for Zhu Xing Liu. She plays it near side to Alex Carpenter. Carpenter dumps it in, and Bryan heads up, comes out of her net, and gives it out to Cudmore. Kept in at the point by Jess Wong. She pinches in and brings it all the way back behind the net. Tries the wraparound chance, and that's snuffed out by Brianne Jenner. Jenner makes the pass, and Apperson gets it to center ice, where Darkangelo controls it for Kunlun. Near side to Wong. Wong brings it across the blue line, lets the shot fly, and that's sticked aside by Bryan. Lively bounce off the end boards. Heads up play by Bryan to track that puck and clear the danger. Not out of the zone, though. Stays in for the time being, as digging away for it, there's Rachel Launis. Melanie Zhu pinches in to give her some help. And now it's Gavrilova coming out of the scrum with the puck. Gosling, with pressure all over her back, does well to evade the check. Still Melanie Zhu causing her all sorts of troubles. And now Calgary finally able to clear the zone as Elena Lovell gets it out. Quick touch pass that time by Ryu, and it's inside the Calgary zone, where Pieri comes up with it for the Inferno. Plays it near side to 4 Acres, drops it back off to Pieri. She'll gain the zone here for Calgary. Thought about the shot, now she opts to pass it off to Woodworth. There's the shot by 4 Acres, off a couple of sticks and into the far corner. Banked off the glass and down the ice. Icing indicated here, and just enough to get the call with 14 minutes and change remaining in the third period.
A lot of back and forth action here, and this is the part of the game where things start to get interesting. 1-1, it's a big game for both squads, and they'll be rolling their top lines out here for a second. So,
as it's Brianne Jenner on the face-off for Calgary, and Launis out there for Kunlun, and Kunlun win the draw. Anderson scoops it up, chips it across center, where Turnbull gets to it first for the Inferno. Been really impressed with the play of Blair Turnbull here this afternoon, as that puck hops up into the Calgary bench. And not just for the goal that she scored late in the second period to tie this one up. She's really played a complete game. She's often been the first Calgary forward back in her own zone on the back check.
She is. You can tell she really wants it. She's been a workhorse all game long, as you alluded to, and she's definitely made a difference since her return here to the Calgary Inferno. A welcome addition to the squad, and definitely a big boost to the team.
Calgary leads this best-of-3 playoff series 1-0. They scored a 3-0 shutout victory last night, and they're trying to clinch the series here today as Turnbull brings it in. Lets the shot fly, but she's defended tightly by Wong, and Wong never let that shot get to the net. Jenner behind the net tries to feed it out front. That's broken up. Hickel leaves it there for Marchand, who plays it near side to Anderson. Anderson, great pass to Hickel. Zoe Hickel's got the lane to the back end, and it just goes wide of the far post. Oh, they may lament that missed chance, as Zoe Hickel had a clear path to the net. Darkangelo can't corral that loose puck. It's scooped up by Gosling. She'll play it up, and here goes Curio for Calgary. She's held up going across the line. Crom tries to keep the play alive for Calgary, but it's possessed now by Jess Wong of Kunlun. Cross ice to Alex Carpenter. Of course, Carpenter, one of the last cuts from Team USA going into this Olympic Games. And of course, they end up winning the gold medal in the shootout against Team Canada, as Apperson puts that one right on goal, and it's sticked aside by bronze medal winning Noura Ratu. As they tried to get off the wall, a couple players from Kunlun in there as they battle against Apperson. And with 12:37 left in the period, we'll blow that one down for a face-off.
Again, that quick whistle in the corner there. Play's not being able to move. They'll keep it inside Kunlun's territory. Of the glove side of Noura Ratu, who's had a huge game. And here you see that opportunity from Hickel. She's able to walk in. It just goes wide. You know, that's one, like you said, they'll definitely want back.
So close, yet so far for Zoe Hickel on that semi-breakaway chance. Shot there from the perimeter, easily handled by Ratu. Bit of a rolling puck, but she did well to track it. And the face-off will come up to the left of the Finnish goaltender. 12.5 minutes remaining here in the third period. We're all tied up at 1 in this CWHL Clarkson Cup playoff game between the Kunlun Red Star and the Calgary Inferno. Jess Wong scoops it up for Kunlun. She plays it near side to Alex Carpenter. Carpenter under pressure from Pieri has to reverse the breakout. Now they go long stretch pass to Darkangelo. Cheyenne Darkangelo in all alone, and she scores! What a finish by Cheyenne Darkangelo, and Kunlun go up 2-1 with 12:07 left in the third.
She's been working for that all game long. She's done the little things right. It's her 11th goal of the season, and it couldn't have come at a better time. Here you see her. She's walked in. She's all alone. Shot just over Delaney Bryan's gloves. Makes it 2-1 for the Kunlun Red Star, and that you knew they wanted that one really bad, and she's definitely worked hard for it.
That is a goal scorer's goal, Ben. The space where she put that puck between the glove and the pad of Bryan. Such a tough save for any goaltender. And Darkangelo gets Kunlun back in front. As here's the goal announcement.
It's a big goal for Kunlun.
Calgary. Anderson nearly was sprung on a break there, but it's a good defensive back check by Megan Grennan to break that up. Blair Turnbull spins back, and with 11.5 minutes remaining in the third, she plays that up for Brianne Jenner. Just out of Jenner's reach, that'll be an icing call here, as Kunlun are back in front, 2-1, courtesy a goal from Cheyenne Darkangelo.
Yeah, I'm sure hopefully we'll be able to see it again here in a minute, as there you see Jessica Wong, a gorgeous goal, and here you see it again, just that nice shot right in that middle area between the pad and the glove. Hard crisp shot and big goal. No chance at all.
No, great goal scorer's goal. Darkangelo, she was looking for that long stretch pass, and they connect to send her off on the breakaway. So with 11.5 minutes remaining here, can Calgary fight their way back? Or will Kunlun tie up this series at 1 game apiece? Curio brings it across center ice for Calgary, into the zone. At the far face-off dot, backhands it on goal, and Ratu snags that one with 11 minutes left here in the period.
Work ethic, work ethic, work ethic. That's what I'm seeing from the Kunlun Red Star. And Digit Murphy knows what it takes to win a Clarkson Cup championship. She's done it before with the Boston Blades. Has a couple players, Kelly Stack notably, who was on that squad that year, 2014. So definitely she'll look to instill that same kind of momentum and work ethic in this Kunlun squad. It looks like it's paying off so far.
Yeah, Kelly Stack, a big part of that cup-winning team. Of course, Rachel Launis there as well. Jess Wong spent a few seasons with the Calgary Inferno, but this year she's playing with the Kunlun Red Star, and she's hoping to lead them to a potential Clarkson Cup championship. As Apperson brings it into the zone for Calgary. Apperson checks her options, tried to feed it back to the point. Cudmore gets it. Lets the shot fly. No one there to get a tip on it, so it's off to the far boards, and it will be scooped up and brought up the ice here by Carpenter. Alex Carpenter lets the shot fly, nearly handcuffed Delaney Bryan, but it goes over top the net and no trouble there for Calgary. As 4 Acres receives the pass, she'll bring it into the zone for the Inferno. Puts it right on goal, and a big rebound after the stick save by Ratu, cleared away, and here goes Stephanie Anderson for Red Star. Anderson to the far corner, she's knocked off the puck there by Woodworth. Hickel in to give some support, but it's swept up by Calgary, and here they go, led by Kayla Gardner. Gardner, she gets muscled down, and it'll be Big Lou back on it first for Kunlun as she plays it off the boards and out to center ice. Warren scoops it up, brings it right back into the zone. Warren tries to feed it out front, got there, but no one could get a stick on it. Cudmore and Warren work off the half wall. Cudmore lets the shot fly. Ratu checks behind her, but she's got it, and she holds it for the face-off with 9:19 left in the third.
A great opportunity there. It looks like Blair Turnbull's going to maybe argue, Louise Warren's maybe going to argue the puck was loose. She's talking to the referee there, but he's able to walk in. That didn't look like she had the puck. I'm not quite sure what Warren's arguing about, but
yeah, well, it looked like Ratu had it covered, but you can't blame Warren and the Inferno players for trying to get any edge they can here, trailing by 1 with under 10 minutes to go in the period. And it's Rachel Lanis who comes away from the scrum with the puck. Just has it poked away from her, but it's in the far corner where Melanie Zhu comes up with it. Zhu, she gets knocked down after a big hit was thrown there by Megan Grennan, and here comes Blair Turnbull for Calgary. Turnbull dumps it into the near corner. Marchin hammers it around the far boards, and then Zhu chops it the rest of the way. Picked up by Jackie Pieri, who of course is a big part of the Keep the Beat Going, the annual game that the Calgary Inferno put on in hopes to raise awareness of heart disease and making sure that people live active, healthy lives. As at the point, that shot attempt by Apperson was blocked, and check that was Baumgart who let the shot fly. Now scooped up by Pieri. Pieri brings it across the line, lets the shot fly, and Ratu makes that save with 8:03 remaining here in the third period of play. It's the Kunlun Red Star leading the Calgary Inferno by a score of 2-1. You're watching CWHL Live, streaming provided by Hilberg and Burke. I was just checking the updated scoring from the website, and there is no assist on the Cheyenne D'Arcangelo goal, which seems a little odd because she was sprung on a long pass. But for now, no assist on the go-ahead goal.
I don't think Kunlun's really going to mind either way.
They won't mind. That's right.
No, but I mean, I don't want to call it desperation hockey time for Calgary, but in a way it is. They are up by 1, but it's not a best of 5 or a best of 7. It's a best of 3, and you might be up by 1 goal. But if Kunlun takes the lead today, or ties it up today, there's not a whole lot of wiggle room. It's anyone's game tomorrow.
Oh, what a shot there by Wu! Nearly beat Bryan as she dropped down to her knees a little bit early, but she got just enough of that to deflect it over top the goal. Kept in here as Calgary flip it over to the far side corner. Haley Cudmore settles down that bouncing puck. Plays it behind the net for Grennan with under 7.5 minutes left here in the period. Grennan goes cross ice to Cudmore. She makes a quick pass up to 4 Acres. And Gardner sends it the rest of the way to give Calgary a chance to get some changes. Lanis coming off the bench wanted the pass. They end up going to Hickel. Hickel dumps it in, and Lanis in a foot race for that puck. Rachel Lanis gets to it ahead of Jackie Pieri. The two continue to battle for possession down low, and it's Brianne Jenner scooping it up for the Inferno. Jenner makes the pass to Turnbull. She nearly has her pocket picked, but Jenner backs her up and brings it into the zone with 6:45 remaining. Sharp angle shot. She nearly caught Ratu cheating off the post. And then, Ben, help me out because I didn't see exactly what happened there after the play, but Ratu's on her backside and she looks to be a bit shaken up.
It is, and I can't see if that's Louise Warren or I believe it might actually have. And there you see it. And the net comes off, and it looks like it was almost Warren, who pushes Warren in, and
for sure.
Zhu kind of, is going at her, and one's kind of saying, "You pushed me into your goalie."
Yeah. Not much more you could do to avoid the contact there. Yeah.
It's one of those things, but I'll be interested to see where they put the puck. It looked like it was Radu who actually took the net off, so they will keep it inside.
And
but
it
yeah,
looks like Ratu's been able to shake off that collision as she tells the trainer she'll be good to stay in this game, but
and that's one of those things you don't want. The number one rule for defensemen is don't push the other player into your own goalie.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing as a referee, and I see players going in front of the net. I'm going to say, you push them into your own goalie. That's smart. That's great. That's great.
Your goalie really appreciates
That's what you want to do. Yeah, for sure.
Well, good job by our technical crew behind the scenes, led by Steve Mitchell, to get a look at that replay and the collision in front of the goal, as it was Melanie Zhu pushing Louise Warren into Nora Ratu. Off the face-off, Alex Carpenter has possession for Kunlun. She'll dump that one in. Out of her net comes Delaney Bryan with 6.5 minutes remaining here in regulation. As Gosling scoops it up for Calgary. She makes the pass over to Warren. Louise Warren checking her options, goes back to Gosling, tries to feed it back in front. It's behind the net, as Ratu did well to hold the post there. Warren at the point makes the pass to Pieri. She holds the zone. Gosling lets the shot fly. That's blocked by Marchand, and the puck will come out to center ice where Jackie Pieri scoops it up for Calgary. Brianne Jenner brings it into the zone. Jenner tries to get around Wong, does so, but loses the puck and into the far corner where Dakota Woodworth had it, and now it's taken away from her by Marchand. Nice play by Cudmore to hold the zone, but unfortunately for Calgary, they can't keep possession. And it'll be Sophie Shirley who brings it back in for the Inferno. Shirley centers that one in front. Where is it? It's behind the net. As getting a tip on it there was Cudmore, but just couldn't put it on goal. Otherwise, that may have been the tying goal that Calgary are in search of. Kelly Stack made a good move to gain the zone, but then lost it trying to get around Woodworth. And Calgary have possession, led by Sophie Shirley. Shirley passes it to Woodworth. Woodworth has her pocket picked. Stack tries to drop it to Anderson, but that's picked off by Louise Warren. Jenner, the Canadian Olympian, makes the pass to her Olympic teammate, Blair Turnbull. Turnbull stops in the near corner, plays it down low behind the net, but Jenner had set up in front, so it goes to the far corner where Warren battles against Zhu. Couple players from each team digging after that puck, and just as Brianne Jenner got it loose, they whistle it down. Tough break there for the Inferno.
Again, quick whistle. Third time we've seen it today. It's loose at that point, and the puck is gone, but nonetheless they blow the whistle. Calgary's not the happiest, but it will stay inside Kunlun's zone, so it could be worse.
But you're right, they're not too pleased about that. In the veteran line of Louise Warren, Brianne Jenner, and Blair Turnbull, all three players have a couple of words for the officials.
I don't blame them either. The puck, A, the puck was loose at that second, but B, even if it wasn't, that's still a quick whistle. I mean, you got to give players a couple of seconds to dig at it and to get the puck loose.
Tarcangelo, she's got the go-ahead goal here in the third period for the Red Star, and she had her pocket pick bringing it across the blue line. Apperson tries to get around her, nothing doing. And here comes Carpenter for Kunlun. Alex Carpenter stops, feeds it back to the point. Marchand tees it up, and that's blocked by Gosling. Apperson and Gosling off to the races here for Calgary. Gosling drives wide, lets the shot fly, blockered away by Ratu. And the rebound back to the point where Gavrilova puts it on goal. And Ratu uses the stick to clear that to the near side. Carpenter spins away from pressure, nearly gives it away as Starkangelo is out of gas at the end of a shift. She's just trying to get to the bench. Pieri scoops it up here for Calgary. Under pressure by Hickel, she has to spin away from that forecheck. As the Inferno pinned inside their own zone, now they get it to the near side, and Woodworth gives it up at center ice. And Woodworth nearly collided with Anderson, but both players do well to evade that contact. 3:35 remaining here in the third period of play. It's the Kunlun Red Star with a 2-1 lead over the Calgary Inferno. You're watching live at CWHL.com/watch. Blair Turnbull with a sharp angle shot. Big save, and then crashing into the goaltender, Ratu, is Louise Warren, and that's going to be a penalty coming up to Calgary as Zoe Hickel lets the shot fly. It's blocked. She still has possession, but Kunlun will be heading to the power play as Louise Warren gets called for goaltender interference. And again, Louise Warren not too happy about that, as she felt like she may have been pushed into the goaltender, Ratu. But as we get another look at this one, keep an eye on 28 in red. She cuts to the net. Little bit of contact there between Warren and Baiwei Yu. Not necessarily enough to suggest that she was pushed into the goaltender, but enough for the officials to call a penalty against Louise Warren. And Kunlun head back to the power play, 1 for 4 here this afternoon. And really, maybe the bigger story is the amount of time left here, as that shot by Wu is blocked. Just under 3 minutes remaining in regulation, and Kunlun have the power play for the next minute 45. As at the far side boards, Carpenter steps into the shot. That's blocked. Gosling without her stick right now. She'll try get to the bench to get a twig. And Gavrilova can't clear the zone as she's tripped up, and they will call that a penalty. So Kunlun's power play lasts just 29 seconds, and then Rachel Launis will be called for a tripping minor. So we'll have 1:31 of 4-on-4 hockey here with 2:37 remaining in regulation. .237 left in the third period of play. The Calgary Inferno trailing the Kunlun Red Star 2-1 in this best-of-3 CWHL Clarkson Cup playoff series. It's Calgary with a 1-0 lead in the series, but Kunlun working to try tie this series all up. Wong brings it across the blue line for Kunlun. Toe drag, shot right on. Great save there by Bryan as she got the left pad out to make that stop. At the far wall, Zoe Hickel shields it, plays it near side to Wong. Wong under pressure from Woodworth, and it's turned over onto the stick of Pieri. Pieri passes it off to Curio. Rihanna Curio will dump that one in and get a change herself here with 1:55 remaining in the third period of play. Cheyenne Darkangelo, she's got the go-ahead goal for Kunlun, and she dumps that one in here, as Calgary will be heading to the power play in 35 seconds. It'll be a short power play, just a 29-second power play, but they move the puck up to Cudmore across the blue line. Haley Cudmore brings it into the corner. She's checked closely by Zhu Xing Liu. Back to the point. Shirley takes the shot, and that's blockered away by Ratu. Back to the point, held in by Cudmore. But just as quickly, Darkangelo gets it for Kunlun. Fed it up, intended for Anderson, but it hops under her stick, and Brianne Jenner will be first on it for Calgary. And Calgary are now on a 29-second power play as Brianne Jenner dumps it off. Gavrilova shoots and scores, and we're all tied up at 2. 1:03 left in regulation, and Iya Gavrilova has tied this game for the Calgary Inferno. They needed just 4 seconds on the power play to capitalize, and there you get a look, just like the goal from Darkangelo. Gavrilova puts it between the pad and the glove hand and beats Ratu, and we're all tied up at 2 with 1:03 left here in regulation. What a goal there for Calgary, as the Inferno tie this one up. 62 seconds remaining in regulation. Turnbull on the draw for the Inferno. Stack there for Kunlun. Off the face-off, it goes right on Ratu. As we're inside the final 60 seconds of play here in regulation. Well, should we go to overtime? It's continuous sudden death OT, but we may not need it as Wong brings it in. Lets a shot fly, big rebound. Oh, just over top the net as Kelly Stack puts it over top the goal. Delaney Bryan was diving over to try cover up the goal, but Stack just couldn't put it past her. 29 seconds left, tipped in front by Carpenter, and it just goes wide of the far post. Gosling brings it up the ice for Calgary, passes it to Warren, shot right on from distance. And that's easily handled by Ratu with 15 seconds left. Maybe time for one last chance as it's picked up by Woodworth. She's tripped up, no call. Play continues on. Puck sitting there at the red line, and that'll do it for regulation as Gavrilova ties this game in the final 65 seconds, and we are headed to overtime. Well, through regulation, the final score after 3 periods of play, Kunlun 2, Calgary 2. Here we get a look at the goal scoring, and actually that was that last chance by Kelly Stack, which she just put over top the net. Delaney Bryan diving over like a soccer goalie to try and make that save. So, regulation in the books here. All tied up at 2. We're going to head over to overtime. Here's a look at the game-tying goal by Iya Gavrilova to get Calgary all square. What a game here in this best-of-3 series. If Calgary can win this in overtime, they will finish off the series and book themselves a ticket to the Clarkson Cup final for the 3rd consecutive year. However, if Kunlun win this game in overtime, we'll be right back here tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. for a decisive Game 3. Will it be Calgary? Will it be Kunlun? Stay tuned to find out as you're tuned into CWHL Live, streaming provided by Hilberg and Burke. We're heading to overtime in this game between the Calgary Inferno and Kunlun Red Star. Well, they're going to give the ice a flood here, so we'll step aside for a quick break, and we'll rejoin the action here at the Angus Glen Community Center when we get set to bring you overtime in this game between the Calgary Inferno and Kunlun Red Star.
When I was 7, I wore these gloves. They held his stick. Well, these skates carried me over the blue line. We won the championship, and now it's all yours. Cool. Oh, and this mouth guard. I'll get my own. Thanks.
The 5th season is when spirit for the game gets passed down. That's why we're proud to support over 5,000 teams.
The thing that excites me the most about this collection is the fact that we're able to celebrate the diversity of the Canadian landscape. Our actual campaign really celebrates the beauty that Canada is.
To be with a brand that fully encourages women to reach their goals and their true abilities, that's something that's really special.
Home is not just something you can see or touch. Home is a feeling. It's the place where you feel safe to have those little moments that mean everything. At ADT, we believe that feeling should always be there. Whether it's at your house or your business, we help keep you safe so you can have those moments that make you feel at home wherever you are.
businesses have their journey, their path, sometimes straight, but more often evolving, growing, and adapting. And like people, businesses' needs change, creating the need for knowledge in areas like accounting, consulting, and tax. Areas critical to your continued growth and success, all part of the journey, and all part of what we do together with you. So that when your business has arrived, it's ready to keep going. MNP, wherever business takes you.
I was 7, I wore these gloves. They held this stick. Well, these skates carried me over the blue line. We won the championship, and now it's all yours. Cool. Oh, and this mouth guard. I'll get my own. Thanks.
The 5th season is when spirit for the game gets passed down. That's why we're proud to support over 5,000 teams.
The thing that excites me the most about this collection is the fact that we're able to celebrate the diversity of the Canadian landscape. Our actual campaign really celebrates the beauty that Canada is.
to be with a brand that fully encourages women to reach their goals and their true abilities, that's something that's really special.
Home is not just something you can see or touch. Home is a feeling. It's the place where you feel safe to have those little moments that mean everything. At ADT, we believe that feeling should always be there. Whether it's at your house or your business, we help keep you safe so you can have those moments that make you feel at home. Wherever you are.
Like people, businesses have their journey, their path, sometimes straight, but more often evolving, growing, and adapting. And like people, businesses' needs change, creating the need for knowledge in areas like accounting, consulting, and tax. Areas critical to your continued growth and success, all part of the journey, and all part of what we do together with you. So that when your business has arrived, it's ready to keep going. MNP, wherever business takes you.
Who doesn't like a little bit of bonus hockey? That's what we're getting here as we're headed to overtime in game number 2 of this semifinal Clarkson Cup playoff matchup between the Calgary Inferno and the Kunlun Red Star. My name's Nico Cardarelli, joined up here in the booth by Ben Smith, and we should have a great overtime period coming up as we just had an incredible 3 periods of regulation, which saw Iya Gavrilova tie this game with about 63 seconds left in regulation to force it to overtime.
That was a huge goal. She came up strong and came up big where she needed to. And it's anyone's game at this point. If you're the Kunlun Red Stars, it's do or die. If you're Calgary and you head into a Game 3, it's really anyone's game at that point. So both squads really want this win. It's going to be big. Both squads need to get lots of shots on net, and both squads have really good goaltenders behind them to back them up as well. So it's going to be interesting, but it's all about, not making mistakes. It is 5-on-5 overtime, 20-minute periods until we have a winner. So we could be here a while, and at that point it's just tiring out your opponent. And Digit Murphy's squad, they're well conditioned. They can skate with the best of them. Digit really instills on their program in Calgary as well. So it's all about not making mistakes and capitalizing on the other team's mistakes. But I mean, it's going to be an interesting period for sure.
Well, I've been getting great interaction online on Twitter from viewers who have been tweeting us. Let's give a shout out to the Post family. Some of them are here in attendance, as I was just talking to Grandpa Post, and the rest are watching at home in Calgary. And we're underway here in overtime as it's Wong who brings it into the zone quickly for Kunlun. Centers it, Stack feeds it right in front and just out of the reach of Hickel. And now we're going to get a penalty called here against Zoe Hickel. Louise Warren is dumped. So a pretty eventful opening 13 seconds of overtime as Kunlun waste an opportunity, and then Hickel gets ticketed for a tripping call.
Love to see the replay on this one. That's not a call you want to have. Digit Murphy just kind of sitting back. She's going,
she looks frustrated.
Come on, seriously. But I mean, there's two approaches depending on the referee. One of them is the rule book doesn't change, and therefore we're not going to call it differently. The other approach is we're going to call two things and two things only: murder and attempted murder.
Well, hey, credit to the officials because they're calling it the way they called it in regulation, at least here in the opening 13 seconds as Gavrilova moves the puck in. Warren plays it around the boards to the near side for Jenner. Jenner tries to dig it back to Gosling. She feeds that through to the far corner, and Marchand smacks it off the boards and past Gavrilova, and a big clear there for Red Star. Jenner gets it back there as Brian feeds it up to her. Jenner tries to get it over. Gosling holds it at the blue line, makes the pass to Gavrilova, feeds it down low for Woodworth off the end wall. Jenner has it. No, her pocket is picked. Now she gets it back from Woodworth. Back to the point, Gavrilova. 1 minute gone here in overtime as Calgary work on the power play. Jenner, far side to Gavrilova. Thought about the shot, centered in front, off the side of the goal. Oh, Gosling had a wide open net and couldn't tuck it in.
And she wants that one back. That was just so close, and that's been a tale all game long. A lot of close chances.
At the blue line, Gosling pivots around, loses the puck there, and Alex Carpenter has a shorthanded break for Kunlun. She'll just dump it in and peel off for a change with 40 seconds remaining in the penalty to Zoe Hickel. Pieri brings it across center ice, gains the blue line, and dumps it right in on goal, where Ratu will freeze that one with 30 seconds left in the power play.
What an opportunity there, and I think Nora Radu's kind of counting her lucky stars there. Just so close, and here you see it shot from the point. And there you see Gosling. It was the perfect opportunity. She wasn't able to get enough meat on it.
And full credit to Alex Carpenter for getting her stick on the stick of Gosling to tie her up there. Otherwise, this game could have been over, and Kunlun's season could have been over. They still work here shorthanded for about another 20 seconds as Turnbull digs it off the wall, plays it to Jenner near side. Back to the point. Baumgart, she lets the shot fly. Good save there by Ratu with traffic in front. Calgary maintain possession as Turnbull digs it off. Penalty just about over. Back at the point, Baumgart thinks about the shot, makes the pass. There's the shot. It's knocked down, and with Hickel coming out of the box, we're back to five-a-side hockey, and now Hickel picks it up. She makes the pass to Stack. It's a 1-on-2 as back-checking hard is Blair Turnbull, and Turnbull takes away the space. Oh, what a move by Stack. She frees up some room. Stack takes it right in, shoots, and they score! What a goal! Kelly Stack sets it up, and Stephanie Anderson tops it home, and Kunlun live to fight another day. Oh, what an overtime period. It was just 2 minutes, and 32 seconds of overtime, but it was enough for Kunlun to score a big victory, and they even this best-of-3 series at 1 game apiece. Here's another look at the winner. What a great individual effort by Kelly Stack, and she feeds it right over for an easy tap in by Anderson, and that's exactly how you draw it up and finish it off. Kunlun tie up this series at 1 game apiece. And that means we've got an all-important Game 3 here tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Wow, what a back-and-forth game. Quick scoring recap as it was Kunlun getting this one started, courtesy of Taylor Marchand power play goal. Calgary answer back when Blair Turnbull sniped a beauty. Then Cheyenne Darkangelo put Kunlun up 2-1 on a breakaway snipe. And then with just 63 seconds remaining in regulation, Ia Gavrilova tied this one on a 3-on-2 rush. And just 2:32 into overtime, Stephanie Anderson ends this one off of an incredible individual effort by Kelly Stack. Here we get another look at that play by Stack, keeping it in at the blue line, bringing it down low all the way past Brian, and then centers it through the crease to the far side where it's an easy tap in for Stephanie Anderson. And in overtime, Kunlun tie this series up at 1 game apiece. Well, stay tuned. We've got Ben Smith standing by at ice level as he gets set to have an interview with a player from this game. It's been a tremendous afternoon of action here at the Angus Glen Community Center. Looks like Stephanie Anderson will be joining Ben Smith in just a moment here as Anderson got the game winner in overtime for Kunlun. Here are your Tim Hortons 3 stars of the game, as Nora Ratu is named your 3rd star. Jessica Wong, your 2nd star, and your 1st star of this game, Stephanie Anderson from Kunlun, is your 1st star. And she acknowledges the pro Kunlun crowd here with a stick raise and a big smile on her face after she scores the OT winner. Ben Smith is standing by at ice level with Stephanie Anderson. Let's catch up with the OT winner.
And what an ending to that game. 3-2 your final here from the Angus Glen Community Center in the Kunlun Red Stars taking this one. The series are tied at 1 thanks to Stephanie Anderson. And what a beautiful overtime goal. Take us through what you saw. Kelly Stack had a great job to move in, but you kind of capitalized on that.
Yeah, Kelly had a great puck control. I kind of came in late in the zone and just watched her. She went in, kind of put the brakes on and just stood at the back door, and she found me. Just easy tap in, thanks to her.
Series tied at 1. It's anyone's game tomorrow. What's the game plan heading into it?
Same as today. You know, we worked hard. I think we are in this game, so just got to come back and have the same mindset as today for tomorrow.
It would be huge to make it to a Clarkson Cup final for this team, the first in its history. What would it mean not only to the Kunlun Red Star, but to the Chinese hockey program to make it to a Clarkson Cup final?
It would mean everything that we've worked for all year. You know, that's why we're here. We're here to make them better, and to get to the Clarkson Cup would be the icing on the cake.
Well, you're going to have to do it tomorrow, and good luck the rest of the way, and a great goal to end the game. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Back up to you, Nico, for some final thoughts from the Angus Glen Community Center.
Well, Stephanie Anderson, thank you so much, and Ben Smith, great job all game long at ice level with those interviews. Final score here in overtime. The Kunlun fans still cheering on their hero, Stephanie Anderson, as she pots the game winner in OT. Kunlun take game number 2 by a final score of 3-2. We're back here tomorrow afternoon when at 5:30 p.m. these two teams will battle in the 3rd and decisive game to book their ticket to the Clarkson Cup final. And hey, speaking of the Clarkson Cup final, it's going to be a great weekend of events starting on Friday, March 23rd, going all the way through to the 25th when the championship game goes at 12 noon. For all the details and for tickets, head over to the CWHL.com/Clarkson Cup. Well, that's it here from the Angus Glen Community Center. We're back at 5:30 p.m. tomorrow for game number 3 between Kunlun and the Calgary Inferno. For our tremendous technical crew behind the scenes, led by Steve Mitchell. For Ben Smith, I'm Nico Cardarelli saying thank you for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. You've been watching CWHL Live, presented by Hilberg and Burke.